It's day 15 of designing an Animal Crossing island in 30 days on hard mode. Yesterday, we invited Octavian to move to the island, and we'll be looking to see if we can end our day with 3 stars. And we'll start by checking the status of that now. Oh, and I forgot. The other thing we did yesterday was gather up a bunch of money. So I was able to pay down my next home loan. This upcoming home loan, not one I'm probably going to be able to pay off anytime soon. But, you know, as things go, we'll probably try. The focus now is unlocking all the tools that we earn from getting 3 stars. We may already be in pretty good shape. I'm expecting to get 2 stars here, but we'll see. And I was right. We are currently at 2 stars. Let's see what the feedback is specifically. The island lacks appealing scenery. So this is a direct response to the amount of furniture we have on the island. I feel like 3 stars will be pretty easy today. Also, she mentioned there are too many items cluttering up the island at the moment. So it is 2 separate things. We need more furniture on the ground and we need less clutter on the ground. The clutter is because I'm like using the lawn as a dumping ground for my storage, which I probably don't need to do anymore. And it kind of also solves itself, this problem, if I just take some of the furniture I've placed down and put it anywhere on the island. It doesn't have to be in a specific spot or anything like that. Also, a couple new items here, tangled cords, another cardboard box. Before I leave, I'm going to grab a couple of fence recipes, or maybe one because I already have one of them. So instead, I think I'll grab the stall recipe. Before we go any further today, though, as you may remember, it's Monday. And on Monday, that means we need to take on a special challenge. It is, of course, in the rules. So who is our special challenge from this week?
Hello, Dan. Is there anything better than sitting in the museum and watching all of these butterflies fly around this room? No, there isn't. And so I want to give that treasure to you. Please catch and donate each type of butterfly you possibly can in October. And also, I was having trouble catching a certain bug, and I was wondering if you could show me how it's done. Can you please catch a banded dragonfly as well? Thank you very much. You know, you're just the best, Dan. You're the best. Can you also show off your design skills and make a beautiful bug hunting outfit to go along with your bug hunting escapades? You don't have to wear it all the time, but I would love to see those design skills at work. Thanks a lot, Dan. You're the best.
I'm not gonna lie, seeing that clip and knowing that I just caught a banded dragonfly. Whoa, but that was one right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, new plan. No way. Wait, are we gonna do this right now? Okay, no, I didn't think it'd be that easy. We need to follow this thing. Oh my gosh, please, turn around, turn around. Oh my gosh. It's so, I hate him. I hate the guy, not the dragonfly, Wilbo. I'm talking about Wilbo, I hate him. It's zipping around so fast. I think it went back this, yep, it went back this way. If we can get it corralled over by the beach, that would be ideal. Because right now, like switching between my pole vault and then back to the net, only to go back to the pole vault, that's a lot. We're just trying to keep him in our sights right now. And he is going to stay by Able Sisters. Now, there are cliffs over here, so maybe we can kind of corner up. Well, that's not going to work. Okay, yep. See, this is what I was afraid of. What I was going to say is I just caught one of these, like just. And I thought, oh, well, there's no way we'll be able to get that lucky again. These are incredibly difficult to... Take that, Wilbo. Take that. You and your pathetic weekly challenge. There's more stuff I have to do still, but that was the part I was worried about. Okay, I can get on with my week now. Sable's starting to open up to us a little bit more. In case you were wondering about the status of this friendship, we're going to say hello to Octavian for the first time. Well, since he moved here anyway. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of go about doing some of my dailies before we take care of our storage situation and begin pushing to 3 stars. Flowers are almost in bloom. Right now, at this stage, they are worth more points than they were worth yesterday. The different growth stages of flowers do change the amount of points they're worth. I'm glad we planted this when we did, because the fact that Isabel's feedback was literally just, hey, there's too much crap on the island, and also there's not enough crap on the island, means that we pretty much have enough flowers, I think. I do think you can knock that balance around however you want. Like, if you were to go absolutely wild with flowers, you wouldn't necessarily need to place a lot of furniture, etc. But my goal is usually have some flowers, and then I do like to go pretty hog wild when it comes to furniture. I've also allowed the rain to water these flowers on the cliff, the wild ones, and just, you know, let them kind of sprout up more. Again, just to get us closer to that, you know, 3-star goal. And once we hit it, I will probably do a pretty big clearing out of all the wildflowers. Ooh, always happy to see a balloon I'll need to wait until it gets somewhere where I can actually pop it and it doesn't fall in the river. I'm really having to sit here a long time, so I hope this is worth it. Ooh, we have a whole nother round of pumpkins to harvest today. I think Zucker's wheat is also ready, so we do get to sell some stuff and get some extra cash going. All right, almost there. And watch it bounce off my head straight into the river. No, we're good. It is a tool cart. Honestly, what a perfect item to at least temporarily put outside. It's kind of silly to put the same exact thing here twice, but I'm gonna do that. This is just gonna be where I hold on to my extra flimsy axes. I'll harvest up all the pumpkins, I'll get this all watered, and then I think what I'm gonna do is craft some pumpkin towers and just sell those. But by the next batch of pumpkins, I should really start considering holding on to some so I can decorate a little Halloween area, because after 3 stars, we gotta push to 5 stars. And in case you haven't been keeping count, we are halfway through this challenge. Halfway through, and we've not rolled credits on KK yet. We don't have 3 stars yet. Things are looking a little bit dicey for 5 stars in 30 days of no time traveling. I think for right now, I'm gonna put our banded dragonfly friend right here. I don't think I like this as a decoration. It kind of grosses me out, but I need the proof that I caught this. One's already donated to the museum, so I think this guy is going to be sold at some point. But for now, that's for Wilbo. I do have enough softwood to craft one of these spooky tables, and then I'll get through a chunk of these pumpkins. And then from there, it's spooky tower time. Before we sell these, let's check our Nook Miles Plus tasks. I've already done a couple. I need to talk to another villager, and I just wanted to see if there was one for selling things. There is not. There's one for buying things, and Leaf is here, so I could do that one. But for now, I'm just focused on getting some money here. All right, 20,000 is not bad at all for just a little bit of effort there. Almost forgot my one-off points for harvesting more crops. I believe this money tree only has 3,000 bells on it because of my accidental, yeah, the time I accidentally buried 1,000 instead of 10,000. So at least that's behind us now. I wish I hadn't done that. Zucker and Molly just kind of waved at each other, and now they're in a conversation. I'm gonna let them have that conversation. I don't know. Whenever I see 2 villagers talking, I don't like to get in the way. Usually you just kind of stare at them and watch their conversation, and I think that's rude. I don't think that's a nice thing to do, just to listen in on people talking. All right, we'll vindicate ourselves with this new money tree. And I found the money rock nearby. I think I just found every fossil that was buried today. So now I just need to find the beach DIY. By the way, a little bit confused as to how Zucker got over here today, because the bridge is not built yet. So my plan to keep sections of the island inaccessible to other sections of the island isn't working. Okay, we got the Ironwood DIY workbench, which is probably one of my favorite workbenches. It looks really cool. Zucker's wheat is ready to harvest. I think I'll just straight up sell this. I wish I had cooking unlocked. I think you can get that at 3 stars. But don't quote me on that. I did check the Nook stop today. I did not have cooking yet. And if I did, I would just turn this all at least into flour or something and then sell it. Only 2 fossils to donate today. Now I'm going to sell all the excess stuff. That's another 20,080 bells. That's kind of interesting. Just with the fossils and the wheat and the 2 pumpkins, the same exact amount as the last thing I went and sold. All right, another 40K for us. And for my next daily, I need to go ahead and gift everybody some iron wall lamps. And in exchange, I'm going to get a cardigan school uniform top. Evidently, I'm going to get my first cooking DIY, or not. She won't give me the cooking DIY because I can't cook. So I guess I don't get to make spooky cookies, and I don't get a present from Sherry, but we'll move on. A simple parka, a suspender outfit, and a rose print jacket. I think that's everybody who can give me gifts right now. That was literally all clothing. And none of it pants exactly. I mean, the suspender outfit is a full-blown outfit. And honestly, probably the nicest outfit I currently own. So I guess I can rock this for a while. Although, you know, Cora's rockin' shirt is gonna be sorely missed around here, I'm sure. But as you know, I have a whole nother outfit that I need to make myself, or at least shirt I need to make myself per Wilbo's challenge. So we were going to retire that soon anyway, maybe later today or at another point. Right now, my concern is dealing with our storage. We do have a whole extra room to decorate, so I do think I'm going to put like my bedroom in the back, which leaves us a whole big empty space to kind of like fill out with stuff. But most things I need to decorate with right now should probably go outside rather than inside my house because, you know, they're not really counting whatever's going on inside my house towards 3 stars. Oh, Samson's just breaking into my home right now while I'm trying to decorate. I'm really not trying to decorate. I'm just trying to sort inventory here. All right, behold, Samson. Oh, I can't turn this around. I never knew you were such a fan of spring blossoms. It's funny that I can interact with my own furniture and he says something about it. I was going to turn this around and show him, but that works just as well. Anyway, bye, Samson. I got to keep working here. I really wish you could lock your door. It just seems like something that you should be allowed to do. Okay, I am done picking up all the stuff that I left outside for my storage. So we're good. I will keep this flimsy axe lying around. That shouldn't hurt anything. And now we need to dig through my storage and see what I can place down on the island to try to get the rest of the way to 3 stars. Now, what I could do is literally just drop all this stuff outside and cheese my way to 3 stars. No problem. And I probably should do that. But I'm going to try to take things out that at least make a little bit of sense and feel like they could go somewhere and maybe potentially even stay in that spot. And to do that, I think I'm also going to craft some things as well, because I don't really have a lot of tables right now to put things on, and a lot of the items I have are smaller like that, like they would go on a table or something. I mean, a floor sign doesn't make really a lot of sense anywhere, but I guess we could put it somewhere. We can't be too picky. The picnic set, of course, can go somewhere. By the way, this is my clothing collection so far. For doing a run where I can't shop at Abel's, this isn't a bad little collection of things, despite not having, any socks or shoes. So basically I pulled out 5 items that I could imagine myself putting outside and potentially leaving outside. So yeah, we definitely need to rely on our crafting menu. Some of the obvious things here would be like the stall, and perhaps the silo and the brick well, both things that I wanted to put down. We could make more iron garden tables and chairs, and those could go somewhere, maybe by like Zucker's farm. Maybe we should focus on that area specifically. We'll make him like a little seating area, and we'll put down the well and the silo. Maybe for Zucker, like we'll put down some hay beds. We'll make it like a little farm to table kind of vibe, right? Like I have tomatoes that I never planted, for example. And so we could even like add those to the mix somewhere, like put a little tomato plot down and literally make it look like he, runs a potentially illegal little, eatery. I say illegal because he probably needs permits that he definitely didn't ask to get. I imagine he's going to be doing some things that, the health inspector should probably be made aware of, and without the right permits or notices, they'll never really know that he's doing those things. So it is a bit of a concern, but yeah, that's what I think adds to the charm of Zucker's illegal eatery. I'll craft up a clay pitcher to put on one of the tables. We'll make our silo, the well. I think you should definitely have the brick oven, which I'm going to need some more clay for. We'll make him a little stall. And then evidently I am like out of iron, which shouldn't be a surprise. I did use a lot of it to make money with. So instead I'll get to customizing, and we'll figure out the tables and chairs a little bit later on. My goal here is to see if I can make the silo, the well, and the oven kind of match each other. I don't know if it's going to be easy, but this is everything we have for the silo. If we lean into the black and white look, I think these other 2 things could maybe follow along. It looks like the well can be red and white, and that's kind of interesting. I think that could work. And the brick oven definitely has a black and white variant as well. So this could look pretty cool, I think. I'm going to lean into it. With the red tomatoes we're going to be plopping down, and maybe some red flowers, I think the red roof of our well will work well. And then the stall has a few interesting variants here. We've been kind of going with the black and white theme, and this is what the white stall looks like. I guess we have options for the curtains. I didn't realize I already had access to some patterns, so this could actually be a pretty good way to kind of like make things look classy. I think painting the stall white and going with the red stripes will match our well, or we could do this pattern that makes things look like he's really trying to run, an outdoor Panera Bread. I'm going to go with the stripes for now. I don't think Zucker is classy enough to get to Panera levels. Oh, before I forget, let's grab our points for talking to 3 villagers. And if I come over here, there is a menu signboard. It's not quite the right color scheme, but I think maybe we can customize some part of it. No, the menu chalkboard is not customizable yet, so we'll have to wait until we get Reese and Cyrus. It'll work for now. It's just nice that we have one at all. But okay, let's start this build. There's a lot of stuff I want to do with this area that I'm going to have to do maybe in stages. For example, I don't have any iron, so, we'll have to figure that out at some point. I thought it'd be cool to put those like iron crappy looking fences near it, because Zucker's house kind of has that vibe to it where it's a bit of a shack. And so I thought that would look nice, and hopefully we can do that. But for now, we can just take what we have and work with it. So let's put down the silo. And the best place for this is either back here, tucked against the cliff like that, with something in front of it, or maybe pulled out and tucked a little more closely to his house. But I think I like this because we can put some hay bales or something right here. Of course, the trees and everything are gonna move to different spots, but the brick well, where should that go? We'll come back to that. Let's put the stall down. I'm gonna move the clothesline somewhere else. The stall is currently, at least, not doing a whole lot for me at this time. It is not matching his house, so it looks a little strange there, and it doesn't have all the other stuff around it at this time. So I'm kind of now thinking the Panera pattern would have worked pretty well here. And we have to keep in mind too that we're going to be putting a path to his house. So I'm probably going to put 6 tiles of path underneath his doorstep, and then there'll be either a 2 wide or a 4 wide path running through this area from the bridge. I imagine what I would do is take a path from here, and it would go out probably 4 tiles wide, by the way. We'd put something in here, I don't know what, and then it would go up to his doorstep, and maybe that's where it splits off into a more narrow path, or we could do the path coming away from the bridge like this, and then it turns like this, and then it goes this way to the front of his door. And that might work better because then I could put the tables and chairs right here without the path running into them. I think that's the way to go. So let's go further back away from his house, and we'll slap the brick well down somewhere over here for now. Probably not a permanent location. This tree is kind of not in an ideal spot because right now it's kind of perfectly even with the silo, and I don't want that. I want to feel like it's set further back, kind of where this tree is. And if you couldn't tell, I'm trying not to cut down any more trees at the moment, which I know is kind of shocking, but I need to start using them as tools for decorating and not just for supplies one time. Now, the other thing to note is that I do need to find a place for the brick oven and potentially other cooking arrangements because we have a farm and we're talking about putting down a tomato farm as well. Then we're going to need a seating area, which I'm thinking will go somewhere right here. There'll be a path that goes here and then down. And I really wish I could mock that up right now, but I don't have the paths yet. And then there's a stall potentially right here, which maybe we get rid of that for now. We'll put the brick oven by his house right here. And I'll put some other things over here to imply that this is where he cooks the meals. But that's kind of what I'm thinking is like he's going to need a place to cook. And it should be kind of away from where people are sitting. So they'd be sitting here, he would cook here. And yeah, I guess the stall could actually go in front of this. Maybe something a little more like this to give him space to take orders and then start cooking again. I'm not gonna lie though, every time I put the stall down, I cringe a little bit. I actually just don't like it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't know if it fits in with this build. Maybe somewhere else, maybe at some other time, but it's bothering me. And with that in mind, does the menu chalkboard make sense anywhere? I think it does. I think if we put it somewhere by his house for now, it ends up moving closer to where the seating area is. That's what I think happens. All right, so using my shovel, I'm kind of mocking up where a 2 wide path would kind of exist. So I'm putting 2 holes next to each other. Imagine everywhere I'm walking right now is a path, okay? A brick path, a stone path, I don't know, but a path. So this is where you would walk along to get to his restaurant. So it's 2 wide, and then it probably turns somewhere in here from a path that is 4 tiles wide. Now it's difficult to see this because of all the trees, but I'm kind of trying to map out a path that is 4 wide. And so this is still 4 wide and it comes out, and then the bridge of course, 4 wide, it turns up. And the reason these holes are important at this time is because I'm going to put probably more farm over here. I'll plant tomatoes and maybe some other crops as well, which means the seating area goes here just under the path that goes to his front door, and it's just a little seating area of just a couple tables and chairs, and then around here are more crops. So we just plant little farm plots of like different types of produce, and it's implied that he is like growing all this stuff in front of his house and hosting a variety of events, or he regularly serves lunch. I don't know. I'm gonna hit this rock. It does look like I'm gonna have to get rid of it and probably grab some cherries or something so I can start moving trees around. When you're trying to do a whole build with this many limitations and it's this difficult to kind of like navigate because of stuff like trees, it's better to just get that crap out of your way as fast as you can so that you can, make good, solid choices for your builds. So yeah, I'm gonna scoop up these trees that are definitely in our way. I think the best place for them right now is just down here. So this will get them out of our way to be used later potentially. I'm gonna fill in all these holes except the ones I laid out for a path. And now the question is, where do the tomatoes go? So if the path is coming up here and then it turns this way, I feel like this corner right here could be good for the tomatoes with maybe just a little bit of space between the 2 paths. So what that would look like is maybe a tomato right here. So that leaves one tile away from this path and one tile away from this path, and then we would plant the other 8 here. I'll have one extra. I'm just talking about doing like a 3x3 tomato grid like that. And yeah, if you imagine the other types of produce that there are, carrots, potatoes, sugarcane, things like that, you can almost just imagine a little plot like this here, and then there's another one right here, potentially one more below it or next to it over here. I don't know. It gives us kind of some space to kind of like plant some crops alongside this path, leaving a gap for a fence or some lampposts or things of that nature. By the way, more one-off points for planting more crops. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the rest of the rocks on the island to hope to get enough iron to, you know, actually make some tables and chairs. And you know what? Nothing says I can't take this chair and this table. Well, I guess the full pockets say that I can't. But yeah, I don't want to use the one next to our other farm, but these I'm not going to do anything with, so we'll absolutely grab those. In exchange, though, I will give them a clothesline pole, these 2 houses. There we go. They can share a place to dry their laundry for now. This rock is really delivering. This is fantastic. Okay, I think I hit every rock. Let's see what I can make. Okay, I can definitely afford another table and 2 more chairs. Not bad. The customization I'm going for with these is going to be black. Kind of convenient that my outfit right now matches the color combination I'm going for here for this little restaurant. Okay, so I think we get the idea. Oops. Behind where all this stuff is going to go. So I'm going to start with a table like right here, and we'll pick up this tree again. And I wouldn't consider any of this stuff bolted to the ground until we get like the paths and stuff. I might undo this entire build by the end of this. We have no idea what I'm going to do, really. It's, you know, sometimes it all works out when you start to build like this, and other times you look at what you've done and you're like, what have I done? So yeah, we'll see. I'm not sold on this build just yet, but I'm doing the best with what I have at the moment. So with only 3 chairs and 2 tables, this is pretty good. I think I would put another chair like right here, so they're kind of like sitting close to each other. And then I wanted to put the classic picture on this table, and maybe on this table I would probably put down the homework set, kind of like that. Maybe I turn the table this way, and it kind of gives the impression that someone is at the cafe, kind of like doing some work, getting caught up on things. This might also be a good spot for the floor sign. You know, I could imagine if I put like the wood floor pattern, not pattern, but wood flooring down here. Maybe someone spilled a drink and someone recently cleaned it up, as if Zucker would ever be that responsible. And then I'm going to do my usual 2 hay beds next to the silo kind of thing. Kind of like that, I guess. And yeah, I will move this tree so I can get the well placed where I want it. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking set further back like that, and then the tree maybe, I don't know, slightly in front of it, kind of like this, perhaps? Yeah, that's fine. Also, this is likely temporary, but because I have it, I'm just going to throw the picnic basket next to it. Maybe this is folks who came out to do a little picnic by the river, and they snuck in through Zucker's restaurant. Maybe they don't like Zucker's restaurant. They saw that it doesn't have any health inspection grade on it at all. They looked at the windows and they're like, no one's even reviewed this place. And so they brought their own food. They enjoy the scenery. They feel like he got a good bit of property, but they don't want to risk whatever the heck's going on over here. I kind of imagined by this point all this stuff would look a lot cooler, but at the moment this looks like a total mess. Once we unlock paths, though, I think it'll look better. My vision will come true. Once I have more iron to make the fences I want, all that stuff, you know. But maybe it's about time to pop this balloon and then go check if we actually hit 3 stars by now. Oh, I was really hoping this was 30,000, because I think maybe we have enough to finish the bridge now. I forgot how much was left. Let's see. Oh, we are so close. We're like 10,000 away. Oh no. The only thing I could do to get more money today is sell weeds to Leaf, and I don't think I have enough weeds to hit like 10,000. I'll sell 2 stacks, but that's more than I'm comfortable selling, if I'm being honest. Plus the 59 I already had on me. He will give me 5,140. I can't part with any more. Yeah, I don't think I have enough yet. I don't remember what I just donated. Let me see. If I sell the rest of my weeds, I think I can do this. The consequences of selling these weeds basically are that I have to use some Nook Miles tickets to go pluck more weeds off of Mystery Islands. Until that point, I'll lose access to a lot of really cool recipes that I'm planning on leaning on quite a bit, especially here in the upcoming minutes as I work towards 3 stars. Maybe that determines this. If we have 3 stars right now, maybe I'll feel safer selling these weeds. It's really possible that we do. We did it! Okay, let's go. 3 stars is always a lot easier than I remember it being every time I hit it. This is so good. All right, so the whole song and dance of Tom Nook hearing KS as the initials. He's like, oh my gosh, KK Slider. I love KK Slider. He's so cool. And then he just calls him up on the phone. Like he's just always had KK's number. No big deal. Let me know in the comments if you think getting 3 stars is too easy or too difficult. I know I've had plenty of people jump in live streams and say, oh my gosh, I'm trying so hard, I can't get 3 stars. So I don't know, I find it easy at this point, but maybe I'm in the minority. All right, so tomorrow we should get the concert. I do think that means I should sell the weeds so I can finish paying off the bridge, and that could also help us start the next project too. Oh wait, I don't think this will do it. Yeah, we'll still be like 1,000 short. Oh my gosh. Weeds are not a good way to make money. All right, I'm afraid we're gonna have to take the extra day on the bridge. I don't want to, but I think we'll be okay. It's not like I have that many bridges and staircases I need to place down, and it's not even about timing. It really is about cash money. So, you know, I'm gonna go one more day on this bridge because tomorrow I'm gonna have more than enough money to pay it down. Anyway, I haven't checked my mail in a few days, so let's see what all this is about. I got some points for getting new residences on the island, new residents on the island. And then we're still at rank B for Happy Home Academy. Sucker wasted my time and the post office time by sending this. Happy Home Academy is also giving me a new present to celebrate adding a room. Now, Sherry did give me a present in the mail today, which is something. I think that counts for something. And Dodo Airlines is giving us a present as well. So we finally got the HHA pendant, a long bathtub, a bidet, and the DALT, which I won't be wearing. Happy Home is kind of implying that I should put a bathroom in the next room, but I already have a bathroom, as if they weren't paying any attention at all when they broke into my house to make this evaluation, jerks. So instead, I think what I'm going to do is put a bunch of stuff in storage, and I'm going to make that my bedroom. So I don't remember. Let's see what is available to us wallpaper and floor-wise. We have some good options here. I do like this one. And we could do maybe something like this. There's the green honeycomb, which doesn't look too bad with this wall, but it just isn't something. This is something I would put in a bathroom. What wallpapers do I have here? There's this one. Am I about to make a bathroom? There's also this wallpaper. I would never use something like this, but I don't really have a lot of options. Crap, I think I'm gonna make a bathroom. All right, well, in that case, I'll go ahead and grab my bathroom stuff. And wow, changing the bulb really makes a huge difference in here. Still ugly, but it makes a difference of some kind. And let's see what we can put down. So we have the litter box. We have the bidet. Got the long bathtub. I have this low screen and a Mr. Flamingo. So I think what we can do is kind of put our litter box in here with like a smaller privacy curtain like that. And that's just to obscure it a little bit, but this is the bathroom. You know, there's nothing to be ashamed of. That's where you know, do your business. And then next to it, we could put the bidet. And then I think the long bathtub will be cool, maybe like under the window. So we could put that about like right here. And the Mr. Flamingo could go maybe in this corner, just kind of like keeping an eye on things, you know, just making sure, you know, everyone's doing their business. I don't know where I'm going with that. Sorry. And even though it makes no sense, I'm going to put this rustic looking clothesline right here in the corner, implying that we let our laundry dry in the bathroom that has like closed windows and no ventilation. And I'll kind of reassemble my front room here like so. Well, I wanted 3 stars and I hit it. Tomorrow we get our KK concert and we get to the next part of the game. So if that video is ready, it'll be on the screen now. Otherwise, subscribe and join me tomorrow. See ya.